Hey, Blondie!
What?
How come you never play me anymore?
Oh, that's easy. You're a mediocre shoot-'em-up and I need a really crappy review of you.
Oh, come on. People still thought that review was funny. And it's like you said, I'm the only Genesis shoot-'em-up you have.
Actually, since that review, I found a much better shoot-'em-up for the Genesis.
Say what?
Yeah, this little game.
Who are you? I'm MUSHA, bitch, and I'm gonna kick your feeble ass with my superior gameplay! No, please have mercy! There's no mercy for you! Knock next time, knock!
Okay, jeez.
You didn't say anything, did you?
No, I didn't see you playing with your game cases again.
Okay, good! Hey!
Hey, Blondeguygamer here with a quick review of a fairly obscure shoot-'em-up for the Genesis called MUSHA, which is actually an acronym for Metallic Uniframe Super Hybrid Armor. Yeah, I don't feel like repeating that, so let's just stick with MUSHA. Before we start, however, there's an intro that plays at the title screen, and it's actually a nicely detailed anime-style cutscene for the time. Looks a bit Gundam-esque too. But the story basically boils down to everyone in your team gets shot down, and you must destroy everything by yourself. Like pretty much all shoot-'em-ups. Well, the story is not really important in games of this nature anyway. But this is still a nice touch for a game that came out in 1990. The game plays like a basic vertical scrolling shoot-'em-up, but it has a couple features that separate it from others. You collect basic power-ups like modules that increase firepower and secondary weapons like lasers, bombs, and a temporary damage shield. And all those can increase in power the more of the same power-up you collect. You also have these two little probes that help out too, and they act kind of like the option power-ups in Greatest, except these, ironically, give you more options. You can set these to different modes, such as shoot straight ahead, three-way, behind you, in the opposite direction you move, orbit around your mech. Hell, you can even send them out on their own to hunt down enemies. Of course, you'll have to cycle through these options with the A button, which can be a bit hindering during the frantic nature of the game, since it's a matter of knowing which option is best depending on the situation, and you'll need to be pretty quick about it. In addition, you don't just collect two of them, oh no, you gain a whole bunch of them throughout the game. The number here shows how many probes you have in reserve, because they can die from enemy fire or other obstacles. But another one will replace it after getting destroyed from your reserve. But be careful, you don't want to go through them all, or you'll be lacking in both protection and firepower. So collect as many of these power-ups as you can, since it not only increases your basic firepower, but adds more probes to your reserve. The overall gameplay is very solid and the controls are fluid and responsive. You can even change the game's speed if you find it too fast or too slow. The best part about it is that it's pretty balanced. You get waves upon waves of enemies, but you get a lot of power-ups to help even things out. Plus, the secondary power weapons actually protect you in taking a hit, making it a pretty fair challenge. And if you lose all your lives, you can continue from the title screen as much as you want from the beginning of the stage you died on, which isn't too bad considering the stages are usually pretty short. Overall, the game gives you a nice, fair challenge, at least on the easy difficulty. But at least it's not some stupid, cheap bullshit like in another certain game! Anyway, this game has some pretty impressive graphics for the time. Since this came out before the Super Nintendo, this was most likely one of the best looking console games at the time. And the music? Damn, it's quite good! Fits perfectly with the gameplay. It's fast, catchy, and well composed. This game is proof, along with titles like the Sonic and Streets of Rage games, that the Genesis is capable of good music. As opposed to one of the worst cases of Genesis music.
Seriously, what did the composer do for this? Just slam their head on the mini keyboard? Well, there's the boss theme right there. Well, regardless, MUSHA is a fun game to play. The only real problem it has is that it is absurdly expensive online. Copies can go for over $60 on eBay. I got really lucky with finding my copy at my local pawn shop. But if you aren't as lucky as me, well, it is on the Virtual Console for 800 points. I highly recommend this game to anyone who likes shoot-'em-ups, especially on the Genesis. Oh, you son of a bitch! Okay. Sorry about that. This is the Blondeguygamer. Thank you for watching my review.